good stuff where you play, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff you can sink your teeth in. Go ahead, buddy.
Hey, can we start with A train? You guys know how this tune goes? Right? Melody? Kind of? Yes, you definitely do. Yes. So here's a great thing about playing real great literature. I mean, these tunes are great and they're totally new to house. It's a smart thing to do for sure. Is you play important material like Take the A Train, and everybody who's heard of some jazz stuff before goes, hey man, I've heard Take the A Train. And all of us like jazz aficionados go, oh, that's like standard classic repertoire. Good choice, right? So there's all this goodwill that's made forward because you're playing tunes that people have heard. The same sword cuts the other way then, because everybody knows how this tune's supposed to go. And we know if you're playing the right notes in the melody versus a little funky intonation. Okay? We want to make sure we're on top of that. I want to start where the saxophone. You're the first soloist on this thing. Is that right? Can we get in where you get in? Where's that at? 67? I'll take that. I want to lead in for sure. So 67 gets us there. All right. Can you count us in there? You know, she was still at 1, 2, you know what to do, and the other whatever.
Some food for thought.
All right, cool. Sure, no, that's great, that's great. Is this the beginning of the lick? Of the break?
It's, I'm not sure what we're doing. Those are the, try to bring those out just a little bit.
Play it, lid. Play it, lid.
Just make sure that we're all balanced.
That's it? Something like that? Yeah. For each solo spot, I'm going to talk to you about, and each time, like when you jump in on Jack the Bear, any little window we pop in, what you actually did is not that's good. No sweater to see about this too. That's is that when you improvise in a big band, you have a small window, and you need to hit that window immediately because stuff's going on, and then you stand up and you go. And we have to immediately hear that your thing is important. It really doesn't matter what you're playing, it's more about how you're playing it, so we can switch the listener's ears, identify exactly what's going on. But there's not a lot of space. In small group playing, like if, let's say we really open up the solo section, there's time to devote this stuff. And there's time to try to find a peak, okay? 67, that's the change here. I'm just going to read the chord changes instead, is that okay? Can I try 67 with you, please? Now, I know that on A flat major 9, flat 5, that flat 5 is a D, and I know if I put a palm key up here, it'll really speak and pop out, right? So I know that about my instrument, and each of us have these little idiomatic things about our instruments in a small moment that I just jump to the good stuff. Put the good stuff out there, and then build around it. I don't have a lot of time to do that. It's a way to kind of highlight these little things. And that's what the Ellington band's doing. That's what Basie's bands do. That's what the Lunsford band did. I mean, all kinds of different big band things. Guys are hitting the good stuff and then developing around it. And that's the difference between large group, big band soloing, and small group soloing. So I remember when I was playing in big bands in school, people were like, you got to listen to Charlie Parker. this alto saxophone guy. You gotta listen to Miles Davis, this trumpet player. Yeah, they're great, but they don't play in a big band. You know, so the formats are different. So I'm just gonna jump all over this and make sure I sound really good in the window. And I'm not gonna try to do anything. Can we do a 67? I'll take everybody there, please. Go ahead and get us in, man.
We got some minutes left.
Thanks, man.
67, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
I'm picking my spots, I'm really punching in those spaces. Can you try that? Now, and if you want to play this, that's fine, okay? School the transcribe a lick, and we do it and squeeze it in there. But what it sounds like is the band is and you stand up, that have your moment, and it sounds like what you're already doing. And it cannot sound like that. And you don't want to sound like that. And the solo you transcribe of it, that's what you want to do. Right? So the band goes, Josh, 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 Josh. You have to go. Come on. You have to do it. Okay? Try it again, please. 67, 65. Come on.
67, 2, 1, 2, 3.
Same stuff here. Everything's got to be really sharp.
Because when you're working on style, you know, I don't know about you.
It doesn't have to be complex. It's got to be complex.
Tired when I'm practicing.
And that's what's going to help the big band. The ensemble passages are so strong, and they feel really good. And it's just, now it makes the solos have to keep it there. You know, that's, because if the solos don't keep it there, then it does this. And, you know, that, so simplify what you're doing to plug those spots. You are playing great. I really like hearing that. Yeah, so jump on that. Okay, you want some of this? This bass player is really nice too, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's, you know, yeah. You want something here?
Oh, I just, you know, and speaking of you, make sure that on the beginning of Jack the Bear that we get that time. As the tune went on, I felt like you settled into it real nice. I just want to make sure that right up front, we've got that good feel. It just felt like it was a little rushed, and I said, just relax. I know it's, you know, a different space. The thing that I hear with the band is you play the complex harmonies and things like that really good. A plus-ish.
Yeah.
But then we turn around and we play a unison, it's not in tune. It's like, what? How can you play that really complex chord in tune? Like the melody of Caravan, you know, and then trumpets were talking about that thing at D, it never was in tune every time you played it. So I just want to challenge you, this is a great band. So if you just listen to our tapes, and listen to your band critically for pitch, it will go a long ways for settling some of those issues. And in a sectional, then you can address those things, because the large picture thing, awesome. It's, you know, but all of a sudden there's a road note that's out. You know, these are the kinds of things that we want to fix, right? And what he said about the solo, man, you know, I have a lot of respect for that. So listen to what he said, and you know, you got to get it out there right away, because you don't have a lot of time.
Right away, and then when you're playing that solo, when you stand up, you got to get this up like this and push your sound out here, because I don't know if you're reading, maybe you're not reading, but your sound's going right into the stand. So it's really hard to hear the definition. I have a hunch you're playing cool stuff. It's difficult for me to be able to hear it though. So you get it up, push it out. You know what I mean? One last little thing. It's picky for me. But on the one of these tunes, maybe the last tune, there's like a little 4-bar solo sprinkle around, piano solo, a little bit of clarinet, a little bit of trumpet right there. And you're acknowledging all the solos. It's a super nice thing to do, and the kids feel good about it. Parents love it. I would just let them play, because then we're missing the next thing with people trying to keep up with the problems with solos. I mean, somebody plays like, bass trombone's got a lot of stuff on the ballad. Yeah, you definitely want to, yeah, you definitely want to give it to him, you know what I mean? Yeah. All right, that's great.
Yeah, really nice job on the kit.
Yeah.
Work on, was it the second tune, there's a little double time thing in there. Maybe kind of set that up for us a little bit beforehand. You know, he knows what he's talking about, so just listen to what
Yes.
he's telling you to do. That was a little abrupt for me. I'm nitpicking, okay? But I think that's why you're here, right? And then the trumpet, trombone, intonation on your individual emphasis. What was the second song? Yeah. Okay. Every now and then, I felt like their articulation started to stiffen up a bit, and we start using the T consonant instead of the D consonant. So just be really careful about that. Do that tuba thing. Where's my tuba? Is that you? Yeah, that was killing. Obviously, you've listened to what's his name, Wycliffe Gordon. Plays tuba for the Lincoln Center.
Oh, yeah, sure.
I think that's where some of that's coming from. Have you listened to him?
I listen to
Yeah. Check that out, because that's what you're doing it anyway, so it's kind of cool. He comes out with a big old sousaphone and starts jamming. And I think it's actually on caravan. Yeah, I love this band, so just keep doing what you're doing.
Right,
Excuse me,
David?
sir. Please let us go because we're so hungry.